Okay, this one isn't a Transformers one. Sadly. Sorry, it's anime, it's nerdy stuff, so you know, you might enjoy it. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm not that young. I'm, you know, late 30s, let's be generous, okay? And I'm not a huge fan of the Dragon Ball Super stuff. Some of it is just... they're going a bit too far with things now. It's like, oh no, but now I'm Super God plus 7. Oh, now I'm Super God with instinct. Grow up. And what they did is something that should have been awesome, but in my opinion hasn't been. They made Broly canon. Now, Broly was my favourite of the movie characters, but what they've done to him, it's like, yeesh. Now, people are saying that, you know, there's the two differences between the two Brolys. Now, I know the first Broly was basically considered a big crybaby who wasn't happy because Goku cried and just went around shouting Kakarot. But this new one has a security blanket made out of this friend who's a big puppy, boo-hoo-hoo, and he's got a girlfriend. I don't like the new one, really don't like the new one. But people won't hear the defense of the old Brolys. Like, people don't want to hear it, or just don't want to understand. It's like, oh, he just heard a baby crying, that's his whole thing, he's a big baby. Okay, let me put my perspective on this, just because I'm sick of it, frankly. I put a big post about it in a Dragon Ball page somewhere, I can't find it now, and I got no responses, so I'm going to put it here. The Saiyan's plan for taking over planets is they send a baby to the planet with a mission. Okay? If they're sending a baby to the planet, that means the baby must be able to understand, remember, and retain that information. So, that means Saiyans understand and remember things pretty much from birth. Or, you know, close to. You know, because why else would you say, oh, you know, go to this planet, wipe out the population, we'll be there in, you know, like 10 years something to sell the planet. Which is what they do. Sorry, someone was passing by. Yeah. Go there, wipe out the population, we'll be there in 10 years to pick you up. If you didn't know that was coming, why would you wipe out everyone else on the planet? Why don't you just subjugate them? Yeah, so that's the Saiyan's modus operandi. So they must understand things from when they're babies. So you've got Broly, who's in little Saiyan baby pod, next to Kakarot, who presumably is one of the only ones that absolutely screamed the place down like a giant girl. You know, so it's Kakarot's fault, really. I shouldn't have said girl, shouldn't I? Whatever. So it's Kakarot's fault. You know, he's the exception. Broly's like, oh god, this is so annoying. And then they stabbed him. Yeah, and then his planet exploded. So that's a lot of trauma all at once. And you've got to remember, as a baby, you might not, you know, be able to put it all, you know, separate it all. So he might infer Kakarot with the crying, which was annoying, with the stabbing, and with his home planet being destroyed. So Kakarot literally triggers all of these terrible emotions, which again might be part of the reason why he's the legendary Super Saiyan, considering the original Super Saiyan transformation seemed to be tied with anger and rage. So, yeah, not really a giant baby. Not really. Now, I might be wrong on some of these things, but that seems to be the case, you know. They must understand things because they give missions as babies, so, you know, if they can understand, then it stands to reason that he would remember all these things. Yeah, Kakarot, you think I got stabbed as a baby. I also really love that film because he takes Gohan and smashes his face through a wall. Never liked Gohan. And then you get Super Broly, who's just like, oh yeah, well, we're just going to take you before anything bad happens to you. We're going to put you on this planet where there are lots of monsters, but you're saying so you'd enjoy that. Although in that one, wasn't he like a really nice guy? Ugh. Oh, and then your monster friend dies, so you turn him into a security blanket, which means you skinned him. So, that's a bit weird. And then you get a girly friend. I just don't like Super Broly, I'm sorry, I really don't. On the original Broly, the proper Broly, the good Broly, the Dragon Ball Z Broly, I don't like the second or third movie, the Bio Broly. Ugh. So, just first movie Broly, okay? Just first. Ciao.